Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy Gareth here again and welcome back to the channel. And on today's video guys, we're going to be going over my custom tactics and instructions for the 3-5-2 formation. So I've been using this formation now for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and guys, this is probably one of the most fun formations you can use in the game. Obviously it's not one of these so-called meta formations, but with the 3-5-2 it just gives you everything in attack. Like if you use a different formation, it's like, oh, I have to give up a striker, or I don't have a cam, I can only use one CDM, or I don't have wingers. But yeah, with the 3-5-2, it gives you everything. Obviously, you have to give up one of your fullbacks to go play the winger position. But honestly, this formation can defend just as well. So if you guys are looking to have more fun in FIFA, I would definitely recommend checking this formation out. So this is the current squad that we are using. Yeah, you know, Big Ben's the biggest G in football, if you didn't already know. But yeah, for my custom tactics, guys. So I just used my attacking game plan here. Honestly, I don't really have another one set up, which I probably should do so in the future. But yeah, for these tactics, guys, we're going to start with depth. So believe it or not, I used to play on 10. But then I started playing harder opponents in Weekend League. And then I had to lower it down to a 7, which is still pretty high for most people. The reason being is that I just like to apply a bit more pressure and win the ball higher up the pitch. Obviously not with the team press tactic, just with the high depth guys. So that's why I'm using 7. Oh, and the other reason being is that honestly I can't defend inside my own box. That's actually when I feel the most vulnerable, because I am more aggressive, so I do tend to pull players out of position. So yeah, that's why I'm using 7. If you guys don't feel comfortable playing a high depth, you can use whatever you like to. And then for the defensive style, I have gone with balance, just because we're already playing a higher depth, so there's no need to play any of the other pressure tactics. And obviously we don't play drop back here. But if you guys are using a lower depth though, the other thing I could recommend is that you can try and use press after possession loss, just because you have so many attackers. So when you do lose the ball in your opponent's half, you can literally like pin your opponents in, just because you have so many players forward. But yeah, for me, I've gone with balance. And then for the defensive width, guys, we have gone with 4 here, just because we only have 3 center backs, so you don't want them so far spread out, because we all know how easy it is to put a through ball through this year. And then your wingers actually do a very good job of covering the other wingers on the other team, so leaving it on 4 works out pretty well. And then for the offensive style, we have gone with possession. This is not just to hold the ball, although I usually do end up having more possession than my opponents. But this is actually to try and counter the team press, because we all know how annoying it is and how overpowered it can be. Because when you use a different offensive style and your opponent turns on the team press tactic, your players just seem to like run up the pitch, and you literally are left with no one to pass to, and you get caught, you know. So having it on possession, some of your players actually do come short, and that way you can actually try and pass your way out of the team press. It doesn't work all the time, but it will help you, you know, a teeny bit here. So that's why I leave this on possession. The only other one I could recommend is maybe long ball, just in case you want to counter your opponents very fast. And to be honest, I might change this too. You guys can have a more aggressive one by playing long ball and press after possession loss, and then another game plan, obviously on balance, using the defensive balance style and possession here. But yeah, for the majority, guys, I'm going to be using this on possession here. And then for the team width, guys, I played this one on 6, just to spread out the play a little bit more. And then obviously you do have that front 3 triangle, so I don't want them so close to each other so that it's easy for my opponents to, you know, intercept the ball. So I leave this one on 6. And then for players in the box, guys, we have gone with 4, because unfortunately the meta again this year, you know, is have every man inside your box like you're defending the last 5 minutes of the World Cup final. So obviously you don't want all your players going inside the box, because you have no one to pass to. And again, this formation has so many attacking players, so we don't need everyone, you know, going inside the box. So leave this one on 4, and then for corners and free kicks, guys, just leave this on 1, just, you know, to prevent counter attacks. Now for the instructions here, we're going to start with my keeper first. So Thibaut Courtois, we have him on comfort crosses and sweeper keeper, just because crosses this year are a little bit more effective. So I'd rather run the risk of my keeper coming out to, you know, punch the ball or catch it, rather than letting my opponent, you know, get a shot on goal. And then sweeper keeper, just in case he has a better chance to get to the ball first before the attacker does, or just to close down angles quicker. So that's why I leave these 2 instructions on. And then for the 3 center backs, are all going to be on default, so stay back while attacking. And ideally, you guys want to have really fast center backs, especially the left center back and right center back, and then you want to have your more dominant one as the central. And obviously, I'm pretty sure most people are going to be fine because everybody has a Mendy, everybody has a Varane or a Gomez, so I'm sure most people are going to be doing fine in these positions. And then for your two CDMs, ideally, you also want somebody who is a medium high work rate, just so they stay back just a little bit more. So we have De Jong here on stay back while attacking and cut passing lanes and cover center. And then for Valverde, he's on balance, but then also cut passing lanes and cover center. Again, if you guys want to be a little bit more defensive, you can put Valverde or whoever your other CDM is on stay back. That is completely fine. Now for the cam position, we have Hazard here, and I don't know what it is about the 3-5-2, but the cam in this formation seems to run a lot better than any other formation that has a cam position, because Hazard, he makes so many good runs, whether it's getting in behind or attacking open space, and he scores actually quite a lot of goals for us, more than I expected, and he creates just as many. So one of the most important players on this team, and the only instruction we have on him is stay forward. The only reason why I have this on is that so he just doesn't lose stamina, because we don't need him to come back on defense, and by like the 60th minute he's dead. So we leave this on stay forward. So for the two strikers, guys, the instructions are actually going to vary depending on what strikers you have and what their attacking AI movement is like. So for us, we have Benzema and Ben Yedder, and both of these guys need to be on stay forward because for some reason they just like to hang out in the middle of the pitch on balance instructions even while we were moving up. So that's why we had them on stay forward. But for instance, if you have like a Ronaldo and Mbappe, even a Rashford, they probably attack the open spaces much better. So you could just leave those guys on balance. So depending what strikers you have, leave them on balance first, and then apply any instructions if they need any later. And then for the last two positions, guys, and two very important positions, is the left mid and right mid. So over on the left side, we have Alessandrini, and then on the right side, we have Mendy. And these guys will create a lot of chances for you on the get in behind instruction, because when you have the ball in the middle of the pitch, that's usually where your opponent's focus is going to be. And then your left mid and right mid will come out of nowhere, and you can literally just send them through on goal. And then another instruction a lot of people like to put is come back on defense. That's why this formation works good defensively, because then it becomes like a 5 in the back. But even on balance, I found that they came back anyways, especially Mendy, since he does have the defensive stats. So that's why I didn't feel the need to put on come back on defense. So I'll leave it on balance. And then the last thing you guys want to keep in mind is that you will need super subs, because your left mid and right mid are just going to be running up and down the pitch the whole game. So usually by like the 60 to like 75th minute, I'll throw my sub. So I put in Zaha for Alessandrini, and then for Mendy, you still want somebody who does have defensive capability. So I do have the road to the final Atal card. If you don't have that card, there's other options like Alphonso Davies, Hakimi, and Semedo. So there's plenty of good options out there. But yeah, that's going to do it for my custom tactics and instructions, guys. For my next video, I'm going to record some of my gameplay from this upcoming weekend league, so you guys can see how this formation works in game. But if you want to see me do it live, I will be live over on my Twitch, which I'll leave the link again down below. And yeah, if this formation guide helped you out, please drop a like and sub to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.